Hi.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Everything is set now. I'm sharing my screen. Just, yeah. So,
Hi, Rajesh.
hi, hi, hi. So, yeah.
Like,
Doubts?
can I start?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, Rajesh, good morning,
Good
first of
morning.
all. And just have a doubt on this data type format. Can I do screen share? It will be better. I'll
It
explain
is. It
this.
is. It is not your company data, right?
Yes, it's not. It's my personal laptop only.
Okay. Just.
Yeah,
Wait. I have to stop sharing. Yeah. I think you can present.
yeah. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Yeah. I can.
Yeah. See, this is actually I have opened 2022 version.
Mm-hmm.
So I have created a basic visualization okay. So here I have created this uh, extract file. I have saved here these two files. Okay, this is a twbx. This is a .hyper file for that visualization. Okay.
Okay.
So I have shared these two files to another laptop. So while they are opening this workbook,
Okay.
when they want to enter into the data source, it will ask select the .hyper file, right?
But TWBX, it will not. It will take data along with that, right?
But in TW, you have saved this is TWX.
Yeah.
If another laptop, anyone is open this workbook, if you want to enter into the data source, it is asking data per file.
No.
Though it is asking also, if I shade them this one, if they select this one also, it is showing that error. This is one.
Wait. What is that error? Tableau cannot connect to the data source. Illegal file type. Illegal file type for Excel protocol.
I don't know why it might chances to the versions, the Tableau version might chances to error. But I have created in 2021. I have tried to open that in 2022 at the same time 2020. The same error it is showing. This data
Not.
file is the perfect one.
Yeah, it should not show that error actually.
Can you look at it from your side if you want? I
No. You now it is in my own system, right? It will.
okay.
It's like it is the problem will be created when I send it to some other system, right?
Yes, exactly.
Do one thing.
Okay.
Send these to me in in Telegram. You started via Telegram. In tomorrow's
Okay.
session, we'll open and see if this is actually creating a problem to us or not.
You mean to say can I place those two files in Telegram?
Yeah, you can, right? You can share
Yeah,
TWBX in Telegram. Right?
yeah, sure. I'll share it
Share
if
them.
you're okay.
In tomorrow's session, I'll try to test it from my side today. In tomorrow's session, we'll try to open it from my system and we'll see
Yeah,
what issue is that. Okay.
sure, definitely.
Great.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you so much. I'll
and
stop that.
again, remind me. I have this habit of forgetting. Please do remind me.
No, definitely,
Yeah.
Rayapati. Thank you so much.
Great. Yeah. Guys, what are the other doubts that you have?
Hi, sir. So I just want to ask you in regards with the LODs. So basically, I have two tables, and one table have sales price, and the other table have a commission percentage.
Okay.
So basically, when I try to use the commissions from this second table into the first table calculated field, I'm using fixed LOD. And when I try to use this commission in the fixed LOD calculation, it throws an error stating that I can't use this.
Unsupported aggregation. You are using blending.
Yeah, I'm using blending. Yeah,
You
because these are
you can't use a fixed LOD when you are using blending.
okay.
See, the
I mean,
problem is you can try using relationships.
yeah, but the problem is these both are like published data sources. That's the reason I can't use relationship.
Try using prep. In prep, you can actually use relationship between two published data sources. If I'm not wrong, I'm not worked on it, but I'm not.
Okay.
Try
Okay.
prep. Try prep. If you are not getting, then yes, I'll ask a Tableau prep specialist to join any one of the session so that he can clear that.
Okay, but the problem is we don't have the prep access at our organization. So
no, you have server, right?
I'm sorry.
You have server access, right?
Yeah, we do. We do.
You can build workflows in server as well.
Okay.
Do a bit of research in it. In server level itself, you can build the workflows.
Okay, but it's like our organization is not suggesting you to create anything as such, because they have created these published data sources because these are like commonly used. That's
Then
the reason
do
they
one thing, right? Do one thing.
Yeah.
Before publishing these two, create a data source using these two tables and then publish it as a data source.
Okay, but we only have a read-only access to the data
Come on,
source.
they cannot restrict everything and ask you to work, right?
Yeah, right. That's a problem. I mean, they want us to create. I tried actually custom SQL, but the only problem is I need to bring in another two tables
no,
for that.
when you are saying you can't even create the data source. Is that what you are saying?
Yeah.
How can a developer cannot create a data source yet work on Tableau?
I mean, these people have too many restrictions because they have this core application on PostgreSQL, and just for the analytic purpose, they are pushing in data from Postgre to Redshift.
Let's try to work it on this part only. Now,
Yeah.
just tell me this thing. In the secondary data source, why do you want to use a fixed LOD?
No, I'm using it on the primary. The secondary is used only for that particular commission because in the primary I don't have the commission.
That is okay,
measure.
but from secondary you are not using any LODs from secondary data source.
No, I'm just using one metric from the secondary data source.
Can you tell me what that error error that you are getting?
Yeah, just a second. Yeah, I mentioned the calculated field as well, along with the
You put
error.
it in chat? Okay.
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
Wait. If no, you are using that in an LOD, right?
Yeah.
You cannot.
Okay. I mean, is there any workaround for this? If not,
no. Why do you need to use a fixed LOD? Is my question again.
Because the sale price is calculated according to the invoice ID and employee ID. So it's like we need to calculate the sale price for the particular invoice and for the particular employee. That's the reason I'm using this because the invoice ID and employee code are not in the view. They are not part of the view.
Wait. Now, generally, when do we use like if I drag invoice ID and employee count, am I going to get the same sales price, or is there any duplication that is happening in the data?
For the invoice ID.
Now, see, I'm dragging invoice ID column, employee code, and I'm dragging sales price to sum of sales price. Okay. So that is the same level that you are going to use the values.
Yeah.
Then why do you need a fixed?
I meant to say, invoice ID is not pulled in. Only the employee code is pulled in. So invoice ID is not in the view. That's the reason I'm. Maybe as you mentioned, employee code.
Wait. What do you mean by invoice ID is not in the view?
So, okay, the first column goes like the center name, and the second column goes as an employee ID, then the name and the designation of that employee, and then I want this particular invoice count where the sales price into commission is greater than $30. That is what I'm trying to pull in. So as you mentioned, employee code is part of the view, but invoice ID is not included in the view.
From where are you getting invoice ID?
That's in the sales table.
The one that you are blending.
Yeah, right. No. The one which I'm blending is the revenue. The primary is sales and the secondary is revenue.
Again, see, my point is, supposedly this is your invoice ID.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
And this might be your, what do you say, sales, what is that? What is the other thing? Employee code. So these are
Right.
the employees and these are their invoice IDs.
Right.
And I'm dragging my sales here.
Right.
So why are you using fixed?
Because you have this order ID, right, which is invoice ID in my case. This is not included like this. I just have the customer ID, and then I want the sale price.
You want, then why are you using invoice ID in your LOD?
Okay, I'm confused now. I mean, you have the order ID here in the view, but I don't have the invoice ID. I'm not using the invoice ID in the view. That's the reason I'm fixing it in the calculated field.
Again, okay, in the view you are not using it, yet you want to get at that level.
Right, exactly.
Okay, but using blending is not possible. You have to talk to your management about that.
Okay.
Because see, blending has certain restrictions.
Right.
And using the first thing is you cannot use a fixed LOD in secondary data source in primary data source.
Okay.
Let alone using a field from. The problem is from secondary data source you'll always get aggregated data. You cannot get row level data. And for LOD to function, you need to have access to your row level data.
Okay.
So that is the reason you cannot use this.
Okay, so either it should be a relationship or maybe we can use prep to build this.
Yes, you need to work on the data source end, and then only we can do something.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I'll give it a try. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, guys, any doubts?
Hi. So I was having one general query is that using the action filter on the worksheet level make the difference compared to the applying the action in the dashboard?
Pardon, can you come again? Action in the?
So we have an action feature in the Tableau. So that can be applied in the worksheet level. Like
see, again, worksheet level. See, actions are applied at worksheet level and dashboard level. Now, certain times people might show worksheets. If you want to show a worksheet, yet the action should function, then yes, you should do it worksheet level. Else, when you are at a dashboard, then you have to show it at the dashboard level itself. Certain actions, I'm not sure, but no action that is applied at, I cannot 100% clarity say this, but no action that is applied at worksheet level will work at dashboard level. You need to again set those actions at the dashboard level.
So in what scenario, like we need to go for the worksheet level?
99% you will be using dashboard actions only. The reason being, end of the day, even you prepare one sheet, that sheet will be going onto the dashboard for effective representation, right?
Exactly.
So worksheet actions are given, but in real time, you hardly use that.
Okay, got it.
You generally don't, and the moment you drag a worksheet onto a dashboard, you lose that action in the worksheet level. You need to recreate that again in the dashboard level, and that is for the good, because that will remove all the inappropriate confusions when you are creating these actions.
So in short, in single word, we can say like, although we have the feature to apply in the worksheet and dashboard, but in real time, practically we only use in the dashboard level.
Yeah, and generally worksheet actions we use in our testing phase. Whenever we are building something, right? Even before, we use that in testing phase. So in that way, yes, it is useful. Okay.
I'm not sure, but here one more query was here regarding.
It is just like for a Kickstarter, you have self in your vehicle, right? Still you have that kick rod, right? So worksheet actions are like kick rods, right? You might not, 99% you will not use it. Because end of the day it is at the dashboard level, right? So the 99% you will not use. Okay?
Got it. So one more thing was like, I know this is not a good time to ask, but I was just curious, like if in the future session we can have something on the performance. Like generally we know like we have the performance recorder, we can do it, but how to analyze, like having experience of 2 or 3 years in Tableau.
Performance, to be frank, there are certain metrics on performance where you should not use too many filters, don't use only relevant values, and there are certain standard things that are already given by Tableau and many people have talked about it. Okay. So first we have to go through those concepts where you need to, like, using more of an action filter, and don't use too many context filters, confine it to 1 or 2, and that too confine it to that at the higher granular level, right? So that more major records are filtered when one of them is selected. Right? Now on the second point, yeah. So when we talk about performance recording, right? When you talk about performance recording, first thing is it will tell you the bottlenecks. And from my experience, the biggest bottleneck is building the view, and which we cannot avoid. Okay. Second thing is sometimes some calculations, the string calculations that you use, the numeric calculations, which are taking so huge a time, might cause that problem, which will be the compiling query issue that you see. One of the bottleneck is compiling query, executing the query. For that, now there is an option called in your extract. In your extract, there is an option. Okay, this I can show you. In here, when you see an extract, in that extract, if you go into details, you'll see compute calculations now, right? So when you use that compute calculations now, then all these calculations are pre-aggregated. All the not pre-aggregated is not a right word because dimensions are also there. So all these calculations are executed even before you open your notebook. Tableau does that, but during this, your extract size will increase. The reason being, Tableau's calculations for every situation and scenario, it will calculate and keep. So your size might increase, but the performance will also increase because Tableau is not doing any calculations. But this will actually matter only if you have major calculations which are actually taking time. And these will not work on table calculations and LODs. Compute calculations cannot work on table calculations and LODs. So if you have LODs, and then that's a different case. And if performance is your utmost priority, then try to shift LODs to backend. The reason being, whenever you use an LOD, fixed LOD at least, a cross join will happen. As the cross join is happening, there might be a slight delay than expected, but at the database, at not hyper level, actually that cross join and all, it will not actually affect that much. But yeah, a minuscule second difference in the performance you might see.
So thanks for that clarity. So generally in the interview question, interviews, they ask this question very frequently. What you did for the performance, right? So generally people say like, okay, instead of live, use the extract, and regarding the filter, minimize the filter, have the least number of worksheets, and hide all the worksheets. These are the basic things. But apart from, I don't know, like I say the basic things, but still the interviewer say like, what are the other things? These are the general things. What are the other things? So other things is nothing but the LODs. Is that they are trying to
Then
get the
I'm
answer?
not sure what, like, the total. See, there are not only what you have done, there are many others as well. When you work on it, you'll understand. See, Tableau just says the order of, right, in the documentation that Tableau,
Yeah, order of operations.
not order of operations, the type of
I mean,
calculation.
like filter.
Let me come. The flags, like true or false, right? Boolean fields,
Yeah,
that works faster, and next to that is numerics, next to that is string. There's a line that is given. Now, one way of performance is whenever you have 2 or 3 standard values, getting them as numerics. Suppose in my superstore data, I have, when I come to category, right? When I come to category, I have only 3 values, right? Furniture, office supplies, and technology. I am 100% sure or 99% sure that these will not change that easy. Right? Adding a new category in a store is not an easy thing. Then I can get these values as numerics from there, and then I can start using in my calculation. Numeric calculations are faster. Even then, you can improve performance. If there are getting only 2 values, which is like Boolean, male, female, yes, no, like some other things where you can have only 2 values, then get them as 1 and zeros, because Tableau or any database can understand ones and zeros much better than any other thing. So these things you have to think, you have to sit there, go through all these documentation, think out of the box.
And then got it. Okay. That's how they were looking.
Yeah.
One small query just for making it.
Can we give a chance to others? Because
yeah, sure. Yeah. Actually, you have opened the table, right? So in that, can we have the tooltip under the header or not? That's all.
Tooltip under the?
You have under the header, you have created one table, right? Customer category is there, right? So if we want to show some different name for the category header.
Let's discuss that tomorrow. Let's discuss that.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, guys, any other doubts? Yeah, I see Venkatesh Virla raised a hand.
We can join the 2 tables in the Tableau, drag and drop. Then where I need to see the custom SQL query, join now.
Custom SQL query, when you do, actually this is Tableau prep, I might not do it. Actually, I need to get Tableau desktop. Now it is high time. Now you are saying, let me remove these 2. Now here I am bringing people, right? Now once you have done this, when you right click on this, you will get an option. I am not getting, but you will get an option to convert to custom SQL. Okay, when you click on this, there is an option where you get convert to custom SQL. Then when you do that, Tableau will by its own write that custom SQL and give it to you. If you want to do any modifications, then you can do that.
Okay.
Because see, every information you have given, you are given table name, the other table name, and on which condition the joining should happen, right? And what type of join, everything you have provided. So Tableau will generate a query out of it. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, any other doubts? Ajay and someone else.
Yeah, Rajesh, one question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Rajesh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, Rajesh, in my dashboard, I have a reporting day and input fee type. Okay. In input fee type, I have option daily and month end.
Okay.
So if I set reporting date as a relevant, if I select daily, it will give all the dates according to daily. So if I select a month end, it will give reporting date gives according to month and dates alone. Okay, so it is working perfectly. So whenever I'm opening the workbook, it should give the current date. Okay, so it is working perfectly for the daily.
Perfectly?
So whenever working for daily data, okay, input field type is daily, it is giving the current date perfectly. But whenever I'm switching to the monthly date, so it should give the last month end date. That is called current date, but it is not. It is still staying the daily current date.
Are you see these two are two
What is the
dashboards?
problem? What should I do?
Are these two dashboards or one dashboard?
Sorry, Rajeshwar, I can't get you.
Are these two dashboards? One you are saying in date, one is at month level, right?
Input field type, it has two options, daily and monthly. It is a string.
So you are
One more is reporting date.
no. When you are saying input filter, it has two options in the sense there will be a drop down. If you select month, it will show you month. If you select date, it will show you date. Is that what you are saying?
Yes. In the filter itself.
For that, I'm not sure.
But it is giving.
Okay, do one thing. Can you
You got my
recreate?
point, Rajeshwar?
Just a moment. I cannot visualize what you are saying. So can you work on this and create one dummy using Superstore and present that tomorrow? Present your screen tomorrow so that we can clearly understand your situation. Okay.
Yeah, sure, Rajeshwar.
Okay.
So I'll present you. So once again, I'll explain clearly.
No, not now, because see, that
we
is
have
the
two
point.
filters, okay?
Hey, listen to me. Without you showing me that, I cannot visualize it, and we will just be discussing the same thing. That is why I'm saying create that and then share your screen so that we can understand it effectively. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Any other doubts, guys?
Thank you.
Rajesh, like I have one doubt. Like, can we? Where can we get these Tableau doubt recording sessions? Like
Tableau.
These recording sessions, this Tableau
recording
session
sessions.
is happening, right?
You go to my YouTube channel. I think where you have joined, right? There itself, I gave you the recorded sessions of these. See, this is live going on. Okay.
Can we get the recording also?
Yeah, that is where live streaming is happening. Post the streaming, you will have recording as well, right?
Okay, fine. There is a separate playlist.
Okay, let me share my channel here so that we get that clarity where things. Because see again, if I don't do the streaming, then it's hard to share you this, right? So that is why daily the streaming will happen. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other doubts, guys?
Hello.
Okay, we are at 10 o'clock. Let's make it quick. Yeah.
Hello, this is Karthik, sir. Actually, I am on doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I am working for Tableau just to beginner. So now I have region and drop the column.
Pardon?
I have for central, east, north, south is there.
Yeah.
So now I am selecting for customer name also I will drop. So if it is, I have selected central means at that time another field I don't need. So how to it is possible, sir?
Wait, you are saying you got region?
Yeah.
You got region?
Yeah.
And you got customer name?
Customer name.
Okay.
Now showing for region. Now I am selecting central only.
Okay.
Another three data is I don't like. So
wait. When you click on central, you don't want other regions data.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I need only center only. I need for show the data. So another data unmade.
You want to hide, then you can use one way. One thing that strikes me is parameter actions. Now here I'm taking this create parameter. Okay. Now this is show parameter. Now here I am going into actions. Guys, can you please mute? I'm going into change parameter. This is sheet 20, right? The target parameter is region parameter. The field is region, and set value to. Let me keep it as, and let me click on. And now I'm writing a calculation. If region parameter is equal to region, then else if region parameter, guys, can you please mute, please, I'm getting a lot of disturbance, is equal to all, then so let me click on OK, and I'm going back to worksheet actions, and then this sheet, I'm editing this, and here okay, AL, okay, we'll edit this calculation, AL. Okay. Now I am bringing this calculation 3 to filter and just selecting 2. Okay. Now I am selecting on central. Okay. I only see central. Then I'm selecting this. When I'm selecting this, why can't I?
Yeah, okay, sir. Next, you have to select south, sir.
Wait. It's not that. Why on unselection this is not changing? So why is it not setting the value to 1? Let me do this. Okay, got that. Yeah. Now you get all those. Now I'm clicking on south. I only get south. But when I unselect this, again I get all. Okay? This is what you want, right?
Yeah, okay, fine, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you so much.
Well, yeah. Okay, guys, fast. Any more doubts, guys? Okay, I see there are no more doubts. Then can I end the session?
Can I put my question?
Yeah.
Please, short question only. So I was saying that when we create a table cross tab, like customer, product, and something, right? So we wanted to show the product technical name as well. So can we put the product technical name in the tooltip? That's what my question was.
Okay.
Is
you mean to say you have product name. Let me bring.
so yeah.
What do you? Where do you have product technical name? Is it another column?
Yeah. No. On this product name is there, right? Mm-hmm. On that, whenever user hover over, he should be able to see the technical name.
But from where will you get that technical name?
Technical name, we can, just generally what happens is like, technical name is there in the data source and we rename it. We use the alias to show as a product name. Are you with me?
Yeah, then do one thing, right? If this is an alias, then don't directly alias it, make it a duplicate, and in that duplicate alias all the values, and put product name in here, alias to product name in here, and the technical product name, put that in tooltip. Right? Then you can see.
Okay. No, but so in that case, the product name will be only to be shown on the header level. Are you with me?
Header level in the sense?
In the sense, product name is here, right?
Okay.
On that only, it should show, okay, this is the technical name is product underscore NAM. That is the technical name. That's what I want. That is the requirement.
Again, so here in the tooltip, you want to show product underscore NAM.
Yeah, only for the header, whenever the user.
This header.
Put the whole. Yes, on the exactly.
Direct. See, for Tableau, there is a problem that it cannot show tooltip for the header level.
Okay, that's what my.
Yeah. So if that is the case, do one thing. Create another sheet for the title, and in that title, show whatever tooltip you want. Right? If I drag another sheet in here, I'm just putting this product name in here, right? And then in tooltip, I'm just writing here rather than product name. I'm just saying product underscore name. If you are using this, then in your tooltip, you can see that, right? In your tooltip.
Currently, we haven't used the tooltip. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
But it is showing both the name, right?
Pardon?
Currently. But it is showing both the name, right? In the display. Right now.
Okay, let me hide this. You can only see the product name, right? Okay.
Yeah, we are only seeing the product name, but if you hover over there, it should show.
Just here you can see. Okay. So let me take this to text and have you. Now you can see. Okay, don't put it in the rows and columns, put it in the text and make this as the sheet head. Because in Tableau, you cannot show tooltip for the header or the discrete or the dimensional value. You can only show it for the measure value. So that is why I'm putting that in text.
So if I'm having 5 text or the matrix, then for all I have to do in the same way, right?
What matrix?
And matrix in the sense like cells.
Yeah, for everything. Now create a list in here. Create a list in here and you can use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Just a moment, guys. Just a moment. I got 3 calls still now. Hello? First floor late check. Yeah. Okay, last doubt, guys. I think I have to go.
Yes, sir. Actually, I want to conditionally specific dimensions, column dimensions based on a filter or parameter. Is possible, sir?
You want to?
Conditionally display certain columns based on a filter or parameter. My end user wants to.
When you select a parameter, see, if you want to restrict columns, like for one parameter you want to show certain columns, and for other parameter you want to show certain columns, right? That is what you are saying.
No. What I'm asking is actually, in case in the parameter we are having three fields like A, B, C. Mm-hmm. While clicking A, I should the columns A, B, C, D has to display, or X should display. While selecting B, then the column 3, 4, 5 should display. By selecting the C parameter, then 8, 9, 10 columns should display. Like that, I want to condition.
You can write a calculation like that, right? You can write a calculation. For first, create a parameter, and for that parameter, supposedly you can create a parameter. Here I'm taking string. Let me take list. Let me take A, B, and C. Now here you can write a calculation. if parameter 4 is equal to A, then else if parameter 4 is equal to, I'm just writing for A and B, then segment. Now like that, if you have 3 columns, you have to write for 3 columns. I'm dragging it in here. Now when I show this parameter, when I select B, now I'm getting segment values. When that is A, I'm getting category. You can do it for 4 columns, that will 3, 4 columns. Then you can change.
Actually, but you actually were showing the field based on a parameter, but I want while selecting A, the columns like segment, category, and subcategory should display, and while selecting the B parameter, region and segment should only
That is
display.
what I'm saying. You can write the same column. Like now here, I'm just duplicating this column. Here I am writing product name, and here I am taking customer. You need to.
Can you use comma in the first line, sir?
Pardon?
If parameter 4 equal to A, then product name, comma, customer name, like that we can use, or only one column?
Product A should be coming first.
Yes, what I'm asking is, if parameter 4 equal to A, then product name, comma, customer name. Else if parameter 4 equal to
customer
B,
name.
then segment, comma, region, that like.
Then you need to append that, right?
Plus, okay.
Concatenate that.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yeah.
Okay then, guys. Again, we'll meet same time 9:30 tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Rajesh. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajesh.
Thank you.